Showtime! Woo!
We're out watering the garden, and I seen that we got this old wooden fence that really isn't serving the purpose. I thought that it was actually tied to the house, but for all these years, it was just kind of linked up against the tree and wasn't really doing anything. It was just the vines holding up the fence. So what we're gonna do is clean out the brush from over here on the side of the house. And what I wanna do is tie the fence, this is the old wooden fence, to the tree to make it functional. What's up, Izzy? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean out the brush, put the hinges on the tree, and make some functionality out of this tree until we decide to get this tree cut down. It's a pretty big tree. It has to be about 20, 30 feet tall. So instead of, having a post punch and digging some posts for the wood, and doing all that extra stuff, we're just gonna use nature and basically tie this fence. You see one piece right here. The other piece is gonna go right there. We're gonna put the hinge on the tree, and then we are going to cut this fence and then make a hinge right here. So I laid the fence back up so y'all can see what I'm talking about. This is a pretty old fence. So what we got planned to do, we're gonna power wash this fence when we're done, and we're gonna paint it with some deck paint. It has a kind of a rough finish, but it is all weather paint, so it should last a while. It's been there. This wood is a little distressed. It's a little distressed, but it's still okay. What I wanted to show you is we're gonna end up reusing these hinges. We're gonna take these hinges off, wire brush them down a little bit, paint them as well with the same paint. They always want to come down with the motorcycles when I'm trying to talk. All right, like I said, we're gonna wire wheel these or grind this rust off, paint them to match the paint when we're finished, or we might go with a different color, who knows. But my ultimate goal to show you is we're gonna cut this excess wood off so this will fit flush up against this other fence. Then we're going to, when we get done taking these hinges off, we're actually going to hinge this to the tree, second one. And then the third one, cut off this excess wood to go along with the tree. Maybe cuts all this weathered wood off the bottom. And then we should have a functional fence. So like I said, this fence has been up here, since this house has probably been made. This house is about 40 years old. So it's not a brand new house. But I try to show y'all on here, you don't have to go out and buy brand new things all the time. You can use some of the stuff you got around the house, reuse it, refurbish it, and save you a little money and add some functionality back into your home. So let's get back into it. Take these screws out so we can save these hinges. Remember to save these screws. Always save screws. Don't throw them away. You can always reuse them if they're not in too bad a shape. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cut off about 1 inch of this weathered wood at the bottom of this fence. All right guys, I'm back. Yesterday my camera overheated, so I wasn't able to film everything, but I went ahead and, if you see the fence, I went ahead and put it up, and it's a little bit of distance. If I want it to be even with this side, it left a little gap right there. So I have a lot of wood. Guys that have wood or work with wood, don't throw your wood away, because you can always find something to do with it. So I use this little wood as a spacer. And I basically screwed it into the tree, and then screwed the actual base of the hinge, to that piece of wood spacer. So I went ahead and did that, and we're going to finish that up now. And guys, this isn't perfect. This doesn't have to be perfect. Just good enough to work. And because this wood is thin, guys, you always want to make sure that you pre-drill your holes. That way you won't crack your spacer. We're just reusing the same old screws that came out of here in the first place, so we're recycling them. Repeat on the next one and you're done. We got all 3 of the hinges on. Yeah. You haven't worked a door. It's not pretty, it's old, but it'll work. And I wanted to do this because it was just laying up here, and I couldn't get to the backyard without going all the way around the other side of the house. And I thought, you know, start to mess with it, and I figured, well, it was supposed to be a gate, so why don't we make it work? Now we can kind of take a shortcut, bring the trash can back here if we need to. Really hilly. I got a real hilly piece of land that my house sits on, so it's real hilly going up on the other side of the house. It's got a pretty steep hill, and then it's downhill from there, so it's just a lot easier to go from this side of the house all the way down here and just have easy access to the backyard. Then eventually, you know, this whole tree is going to come down. One day we're going to cut this whole thing down, and then we'll put in a new fence. You know, of course, putting in a new fence, you'll have a new post and everything like that. But until then, we'll just, you know, make use of nature and use the tree while it's sitting here, and go from there. It's just the easy way. I mean, everything is getting tough nowadays. All right, so that was that. I just wanted to show you how you could reclaim, you know, and redo a fence. You don't have to just throw things away and spend money on new things. I mean, I know everybody here in the space makes 100,000, 6 figures and above, so you guys can all just throw away things and start fresh. But for us that really live in reality, we know different, and whenever we can save money, it'd be nice to know how you could and be able to do so. So that's all I wanted to do. Until we take that tree down, I just wanted to make some use out of it, make an easy way to the backyard, and show you guys that you can do it too. It's easy. All you need is some tools, of course, and then the will to do it. So appreciate you watching. Next thing we'll do, we're going to paint this with some of this the deck, or this fence with some of this weatherproofing paint that I use on my deck, and it's too hot to do it today, so next time we'll do it. So I appreciate you guys for watching. You know what it is. Until next time, guys, peace.